Hi guys, my name is Nonima Digela. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So today I want us to talk about Muzi Sibiya. Muzi Sibiya is too sharp for that courtroom, guys. He outsmarts Baloyi all the damn time and he was never ready for it. The Senzo Meyiwa case has proven that Muzi Sibiya is not just a boy from KwaNongoma, Emakai. Oh no, he's not from KwaNongoma. He's from Emahlabathini in KZN. He's not from some Amakaya and then a dumb person. That's what he is proving in that courtroom. Every courtroom has its surprises, right? We all know this. We all know this, but today the surprise wasn't from the state on this case. It was not from the state, it was from the accused, Muzi Sibiya. Once painted as a confused, uneducated, and easily cornered person, he has turned tables against the state. He has turned it with his level of sharpness that caught everyone off guard, including the judge. Including the judge, guys, including the judge, because what? Muzi, what he is doing in that courtroom, no one else saw it coming. Sibiya's cross-examination has become a masterclass on its own. In an observation and control, he is like, I'm gonna do this. He listens carefully, responds calmly, and somehow always manages to catch what the prosecutor didn't think he'd notice. Usharp ngaleyo ndlela, guys. He's here. He's here, guys. He's very much awake, guy. And then when it comes to Ubaloyi, the way he is, like every day, he is caught off guard by Sibiya. Every day, literally every day, he's caught off guard. When Advocate Judge Baloyi tries to corner him with tricky wording or leading questions, Muzi doesn't fall for it at all. He doesn't. He pauses, he thinks, and then he responds with a precision that leaves Baloyi momentarily struck or stuck in his thoughts. Something happens though to him, whatever it is. Like he would be like a chess player who suddenly realizes, damn. He always realizes at a later stage he's been outplayed by the very opponent he underestimated. He underestimated Muzi Sibiya because he thought that he was a dropout of lower primary school. That's what is the issue here. This is not the same Muzi that we were dealing it or we were dealing with, or we met when in 2023 when the trial within a trial started. That's not the same guy. At the start of this trial, he was not this sharp. He was scared. He was traumatized. A lot of things that were happening with him. I guess years behind bars and the 2 years watching and listening to Baloyi doing his cross-examination and stuff or leading witnesses, he was like, ngizokubamba noba ngikubambe nini ngizokubamba. Because where he is and where we are standing, we are seeing a Muzi that has been turned into a student of law. He knows how to navigate himself through everything there in that courtroom. He understands things, the understanding, the tactics that he's using, the spotting inconsistencies, and the pushback with confidence. He's like alive, guys. He's so much alive. He's very much alive. It's as if prison news. I said this in another video or today's video, one of the today's videos. I talked about prison university. It's like it really paid off because the level of courtroom awareness that he's showing right now, damn it. The level of courtroom awareness that he's showing right now, Judge Rata himself was never ready for it. That is something even trained lawyers would envy. And I'm sure that's why Ubaloyi is always stuck. But did I just got played by the dropout? Because in his head, he thought he was a dropout, a primary dropout. But damn, Umuzi is dealing with Baloyi, including Judge Rata in that courtroom. I'm so impressed with him. The way Usibia is, the way he is in the courtroom, guys, it's out of this world. And the audience can even feel it too. The people, us people that are watching, we can feel that subtle shift of energy whenever it's Baloyi who's asking a question. Baloyi will ask a question. Sorry, and then when the way this one will respond, the way Moses Bia will respond to Baloyi, sometimes he responds with questions. He will throw back a question back to the state, and you are like, Haibo Muzi. And he will be exposing the weak spots in their arguments. Like he will be as if he's saying, uyazizwa nje kahle ukuthi uthini ungiyini lo ngibuzayo nombuza inyongo. Yes, guys, I'm so impressed by that guy. And you can see, even though Judge Rata does not want to admit, he is also impressed with Umuzi. He's impressed by Umuzi, but at the same time annoyed because things are not going according to plan. Even the judge does take note. He seems to be taking notes, though he stays there composed in his own way of composure. He has his own way of composure that is different to others. But you can sense that he does recognize that Umuzi is here and Umuzi is alive and he's very sharp-minded. And Usibia is not just a witness anymore. He is a thinker, guys. He uses his brain. He uses his muhoto. He's a man who knows the weight of every word said in that courtroom. He knows the weight. He does not answer what was not asked. He does not ask what was not asked. So I don't know what you think or what that means for the trial. But in normal courts, this means a lot in a normal court. But this is Judge Rata's courtroom, and when it comes to him, everything is different. But if Muzi continues on this path, the state might find itself on the defensive. In fact, they are already on the defensive side of things, and that could shift the balance of credibility in this entire case. In fact, it has shifted already. Let me not say it could. The balance of the case has shifted because you are dealing with someone who's not there to lie, who is telling their story as it is, and who is willing to go throughout, all the way out with their story. They are not lying. They are just talking from the heart. Whether you believe that Muzi is guilty or not, one thing is clear about Muzi. Muzi Sibiya is no longer the man they thought he was when he first came in that courtroom. He's no longer the man that first appeared for this case on the 27th of October 2020. He's no longer the man that continued 2021, 22, 23, 24. This year, he's a different person altogether. He's sharp, alert, reading the courtroom like a pro Sanalam. He's very much alive. He's very much alive. He's like, I think the 2 years watching how Judge Rata is and watching how Baloyi is has also helped him a lot because it's like he knows how to read them. He understands them. I could imagine, I don't see him because he's not shown in the camera. I think he looks at Judge Rata, he looks at Baloyi, he looks at Sibanda whenever something is happening there in that room. He's not a confused chap. He's very much awake. He knows what's going on there. Drop your thoughts below because did you... No ways. Muzi is just great. Did Muzi just outsmart the prosecution? Or is this part of a bigger strategy? What's going on there? Did he just outsmart Baloyi live on television? Not once, not twice, so many times. Throughout the 12 days that Baloyi has had Muzi on the witness box, cross-examining him. Do you think he has outsmarted him every day? Because I feel like every day is a day of expose. Muzi is always exposing the state. Every day there is something that we will leave. When we are done watching the case, there is something that has been exposed. What are your thoughts? Drop your comment and then we will talk about all of this in the comment section. I thank you so much. Please don't forget to like, to share, and subscribe for daily courtroom insights and updates right here on the Noni M podcast. And thank you so much. I really appreciate you becoming part of the family. And also, please subscribe, guys. Ne? Please also join the channel, become one of the what you call partners of the channel, guys. Come on now, join the channel. I'm a super thanks also. Do something about that, please. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. I will see you on our next video. Do enjoy. Bye-bye.